Okay, good afternoon, Tyrone. It's on you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I got the pleasure today to officiate this meeting, so now I know Pastor Doug has some things there to take care of. To, we're gonna do the invocation. Does anybody want to volunteer for that? Okay, well, I'll do it. Dear Lord, just want to take this opportunity to say thank you for allowing us to continue to push our mission throughout Wayne County and through the various media outlets. I just want to pray continue for citizens during this time of the pandemic. We pray for health and strength, pray for increasing employment and just purpose for all of our individuals. And let's just thank you for allowing us to at least get together virtually. And as we do this, we just want to make sure your will is involved in everything we do. In Jesus' name, pray, amen.
Amen.
Okay, Lisa, I'm gonna let you do roll call now.
Okay. Kelly Alvis,
Here.
Janet Baber, Miss Janet, I see you. Wanda Beckton, Kenneth Coley,
I'm here.
Donna Countryman,
Here.
Aisha Razak Ellis is excused for today. Donald Rue, Pastor Doug is excused for today. Tyrone Starkey,
Here.
Pierre Protz,
Here.
Andrea Thomas is excused for today. Don Willis, Delisha Lee, is Delisha there? And Councilwoman Brandy Matthews. Okay. Okay, and Councilwoman Matthews is attempting to get on. Okay, so if you can hear me, Councilwoman, I have you.
Ma'am, please enter the lobby, ma'am.
Who was that? I'm sorry. Okay, and I'll check back as we move along. Tyrone, you can proceed.
Okay, so let's move on to old business. Did everyone get an opportunity to look over 2020 and August minutes and September minutes? Okay, with it, there, just one, were they fine if we can get an agreement to approve those?
Well, Tyrone, we are one person short unless Don Willis or Mr. Donald Rue has signed on. We need 8
Okay,
for a quorum.
okay, so we may have to hold on that. Well, we can maybe come back to that if they come on. If we can just maybe move on to part B of our agenda.
Yes, we can. That'd be good.
Okay, so we're going to talk about our award ceremony recap, just thoughts and things. Me personally, even though I got this kind of late, but just was seeing the videos and the comments and everything, I feel like we did a really good job with the circumstances. So,
Anyone else? Just chime in.
So I think we got the job done, not done.
I couldn't understand you, Ms. Pierre.
I think we got the job done anyway.
Anyone else that attended? Ms. Wanda, any thoughts?
For what our limitations were, I thought it went really well.
I agree with the situation and with the COVID-19 situation going on. I think it was an awesome gathering. Everything turned out it was awesome. It was awesome. It was very heartfelt, and it made us realize the simple things in life that we can do when we put our mind to work.
Thank you, Mr. Kenneth, and I'd just like to add that I just want to thank Mayor Allen again and our IT staff, our public information officer, who provided support for that day. And just want to thank Mayor Allen he was our cheerleading coach. Made sure that cheerleaders stayed on point with cheering all the winners on. So again, I just wanted to appreciate Mayor Allen and the other City of Goldsboro staff who chipped in to help us out.
I also just want to add this, even though Aisha isn't here, but I just want to, again, just give her kudos for really just taking the wheel on things and, despite the circumstances and the limitations she had, like everyone has echoed, it was really great. And I feel like also with the implementation of streaming, what we put on our Facebook page, I felt like that was a nice addition to what we usually do.
I agree.
Okay, Tyrone, move on.
Okay, so our next thing to cover is a financial report.
Okay, so as always, we provide financial reports. I wanted to provide another report for this meeting since we had some expenditures last month with the award ceremony. So just want to share that for our expenses, the committee spent $216.81 for 30 box lunches from Chick-fil-A. We did have yard signs made from AccuCopy. That total was $106.75. And we did deliver those signs to our continual sponsors and partners. We had 5 awards, the annual awards, which comes to $167.34 paid to the awards gallery. And we also had 2 donations. We had, the committee received a $120 donation from Wayne Community College. And then, as promised, we received a $1,500 donation from the Goldsboro Housing Authority of the City of Goldsboro. And so that leaves the committee's balance per my records, $4,589.97. So again, just providing that report since there were expenditures last month. Okay?
Alicia,
Yes.
you were breaking up when you went over the signs. What was AccuCopy's amount?
Was 106.75, and that we had 10 signs made.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's kind of move on along. We'll go to membership updates. Adding from any of the members we're going to cover.
Okay, so For the membership update, again, we currently have 3 vacancies on the committee, and one being Michelle Casares, who resigned back in August due to her moving out of the state. So we lost Michelle to resignation, and then we've had 2 inactive members. So again, as I've reminded the committee just throughout my time here, according to the city's rules and ordinances, after 3 missed meetings with no notice, then we have to send a certified letter out, and then we allow the member 30 days to respond. And so we've had 2 inactive members. It's Kendra Hill and Crystal Lemon. They did not attend July, August, September meetings, and they did not make contact. And so on September 30th, they were sent a certified letter just asking if they like to continue serving on the committee to respond within 30 days. So their 30 days was up October 30th. I did not hear from them, so they have officially been removed, which brings us to the 3 vacancies on the committee. Okay, and then also regarding membership, Tyrone Starkey's term expires December 31st, 2020, but he is eligible for reappointment. So members are allowed to serve 2 3-year terms. So Tyrone is eligible for reappointment. So the city council reviews applications once a year. And so I'll be waiting to receive notification of who was selected. So we will be receiving 3 new members the beginning of the year, or by next month, or beginning of the year. So any questions regarding membership, terms, appointments? Okay, Tyrone?
Okay, so since we didn't have nothing, no one coming on there, we can go ahead and move on to our new business. And the first thing of business is Wingstop. So if you don't mind for me, just since I kind of brought that to your attention, I was going to just cover the issue of Wingstop. So Wingstop is located, and it's on the Berkeley area, but it's more over there where I think it's the furniture store, the Ashley's, and kind of back over there by back in that area on Berkeley Avenue toward the back. The issue that I had with it was I went to the area to eat one day, and they have this weird curbing to get there. And the way Wingstop is at the very edge at the corner. And to get on the curb on the cement walkway, the ramp is basically in the road. So you got to go out into the ongoing traffic to go on the ramp to get into the front door. And the stop sign for that road is a little bit further past where Wingstop is at. So that was another issue. And then the parking lot on the side where I parked my van the ramp was still like a couple of 100 feet down toward the other end just to get to Wingstop. So my thing when I told my wife, I felt like if you're going to have this area here, the ramp should have been placed somewhere else besides in the road, for individuals having to use it.
So Tyrone, I have a question. Is it not directly in front of Wingstop, but kind of a little further down in front of one of the other businesses?
There's 2. So the one that's designated for Wingstop is actually is in the road, basically. So the other ramp that I mentioned is really not for Wingstop. I mean, you can use it and still get down to Wingstop, but you had to go further down. You had to go a little bit down to get to it.
Felicia, if I'm not mistaken, that road that he's speaking of is the road that goes between Michael's
Yes.
through to Ashley's in T-Mobile, that road. And I have come in from, Berkeley, to cross over that road, and it is very busy through there. And I thought, there's no stop sign, there's no anything to slow people down. And I understand what Tyrone is saying. He has to go, his wheelchair out next to the road to go up that ramp to get to Wingstop. I don't know what we can do to help, but it is.
When I talked to the lady at the event, I reassured her. I know that I know this is not a fault on them, but I didn't know if there's something within the city they can make another ramp on the other side where the actual parking is at. Where it could be something a little bit closer, and I just didn't know what could happen, but maybe a stop sign could be put in place on the other side, or people had to stop a little bit sooner or something. But it's just kind of dangerous. I feel like it wasn't thought out well, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. So you actually spoke to someone, Tyrone? Who did you speak to? Was it a manager?
Yes, when I went there, I spoke to a manager. Her name, I want to say it was Ashley. I wrote it down. I got to look at my notes because I told her that we may have a representative talk to her. But I did want to get some kind of name when I went there. I could email you that name later on. I just have to look at my notes.
Okay. Any other thoughts regarding Wingstop? I know they're fairly new. I think they just came this year, a few months back. And so this is one of the things, an accessibility issue that the committee has addressed in the past at different businesses. So if there are any members who would like to go out and just speak to the manager and report back, and then if there's another department, planning or inspections that needs to get involved, then we can certainly proceed as we have done in the past. When these type of issues have been brought to the committee's attention. So any other thoughts or comments about Wingstop? Tyrone, I appreciate you bringing this to the committee.
Thank you. Okay, well, since I think we can safely move on to the next topic. So, Night to Shine 2021 update.
Miss Donna Coleman's gonna provide it.
Night to Shine, I think everyone knows, is going to be a virtual event this year for 2021. And what that means is, and now that I have a little bit clearer vision of it, is that the honored guests will not be in person. They will not be dancing, in person. They will be given, they have to register just like they had last year. They will be given information to access the virtual event, and they will go home and watch that event on TV, just as you would watch the New Year's Eve ball drop on New Year's Eve, or watch Super Bowl. The Tebow Foundation is going to provide all music, guests, all the activities, but the people will just be doing it from their home or their group home, and watch it together. The one thing that the committee is trying to really hype up is, number one, we need honored guests to register. We right now have 8 people that have registered. We are shooting for at least 100 as a cutoff, and we're staying in Wayne County. And those of you, if you remember, the special need individual needs to be 14 years old and up. Anyone who has a special need, a disability, can come to be a part of the Night to Shine. They just need to register. So the Tebow Foundation has put through some ideas of how to make our honored guests feel even special. Meet together and have a great time like we did last year, or this year. I keep saying last year, but it's actually this year.
Yeah.
What they're calling it is Shine Through, and we're calling it Shine Through Celebration. And what that means is that we'll have volunteers put together their bags. Every honored guest that comes gets a gift bag. Within that gift bag this year will be their boutonniere, corsage, their tiara, and their crown, plus a lot of other things that we're going to put together. How we're going to get that to the honored guest is that they were going to come and either probably drive through and pick this up. Felicia, I don't know if you were able to get the video started. Can you show that?
Oh, no, not for this meeting, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't know that you were gonna be able to provide the update, so, but I wasn't gonna use the video, I didn't know if we would have time, so I didn't send it over.
Okay.
Okay.
The Tebow Foundation sent out a video kind of demonstrating what, some ideas. And, it was just like a cartoon drawing, but see if I can explain it. People would drive up, to where we're having they'll be welcomed with cheerleaders. I would love Alan be a cheerleader, for that. So put that plug in his ear, please, Felicia. To come out and help us cheer the honored guest for being there. We can somewhat decorate their cars, like put banners or something and let them know that, that they're special. We're going to have, we already have committed Miss Goldsboro and Miss Goldsboro Outstanding Team, as we had last year. I'm still working on Miss North Carolina. I'm hoping to have some more cheerleaders from different schools. I would love to have the ROTC come out. Last year they came out and had their swords drawn up so that people could walk through. Even if we do a drive-through, they could still put their swords up and people could drive through. Kind of working on some music. And then at the end, they'll receive their gift bags, and we have a biting image to come and do pictures for them, our guests, so that they have a memento. They will be going home and to watch the Night to Shine virtual event. We're also working on trying to get lunch boxes or dinner boxes that they can take with them, so they don't have to, families don't have to go home and cook that night. They can just celebrate or use it during the event. Have snacks and hors d'oeuvres. So that's kind of where we are right now. We have a lot of things to do and a lot of things that are out there that we need to finalize. But we're trying to make this as special as possible given the circumstances we are in. We can't meet, but we still want to make it special for our honored guests. So if you know people that will qualify to come, please, the information is on this Church Goldsboro website. I need to tweak the application again because I just realized that a lot of people who live at home are not giving me their email address, so I can't give them the link because on the application it says contact group home manager, group home person email. So I need to tweak that a little bit so we make sure we get everyone's email. But that's where the information is. If you need it, we do need volunteers. This year so far is to have background checks. And the reason for that is we're not going to have a lot of contact with individuals, and the people who do have contact are either their group home managers, their brothers, their sisters, their parents, and I'm not going to ask them to have a background check this year. So the only background check we will do is if someone from off the street, Joe Smith comes up off the street and has never worked with anyone with special needs, yes, he will have a background. But otherwise, we're good with background checks. Are there any questions?
Miss Donna, you went out a time or two, a few seconds. Did you say you wanted me to check with Mayor Allen for our cheerleading coach?
I did, yes, okay. That would be great.
I heard the end, but I didn't hear the name, but I figured you were talking about Mayor Allen. And then for volunteers, Miss Donna, can you just kind of elaborate briefly about what you would need volunteers for, since the event will not be in person and we're just kind of planning to do the shine through portion of it, a little drive through portion. So what would you need volunteers to do?
We need volunteers to be there, number one, to help us cheer everyone on. But initially, we're going to need volunteers to help get these bags together and put them in order, not put them in order, put the things in the bags. and I'm not, we're not gonna put names on bags this year. I'm just gonna have girl bags, boy bags. There's gonna be a little bit difference. So, with them, with the crowns and the tiaras and the boutonnieres and the corsages. So, also, if anyone knows, because unfortunately, we lost the person corsages and boutonnieres this past year. He had, he contracted COVID and he passed away. And he is very much a gift to a lot of people. So if you know anyone who's good at putting these things, slide things together, let me know. Because we're gonna, we're shooting for 100, and so we're gonna need, some boutonnieres and corsages. This year, we're not doing the real flowers for corsages, because of the way we're having to, give them out. We're going to do silk flowers or something. So, any other questions? That answered some questions. Anna, did you get that information? Not answered.
Who did you ask, Miss Donna?
Janet, did she get the information I sent her?
Miss Janet?
Not answered.
Okay.
I'll get in touch with her.
Okay. Thank you, Miss
I
Donna.
think you need to check the chat box for her responses. She says she can't hear anything.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Miss Donna. Tyrone, we can
Certainly.
proceed.
All right, yeah, that was some good information there. So our next thing is talking about our meeting we usually have at the end of the year in December. So I know Felicia we had talked about how we wanted to end the year.
We did. Normally, the committee has in the past held the final meeting of the year at a restaurant. And so I reached out to Pastor Doug as the chair and Tyrone as the vice chair, just to gather their thoughts on that. I know we've opted to hold virtual meetings. And so we just had a discussion that with things, the virus on the rise, it just may not be the safest. So we just made the decision to just hold a regular meeting next month versus what the committee normally would do, and it's to have the meeting in a restaurant or dining out at a facility. So with restrictions back in place the way they are, we're larger than a 10-member group. So we'll just hold a regular meeting next month. Pastor Doug has asked that for next month's meeting, that being that it will be wrapping the year up, if the committee members can we can just have a reflection on things this year, your personal and professional experiences with the disabled population. So he wanted to ask if, everyone can just be prepared to share. And we just do some reflecting next month to wrap up the year. Also, for next month, yesterday I was contacted after I sent the agenda out. Yesterday afternoon, I received a phone call from Miss Angela Parker, who's a teacher at Edgewood Community Developmental School. And so she wanted to get some information about the committee and just how the committee can partner with Edgewood School. And she shared a lot of things. One thing in particular that stood out, she shared that the school had a parade, I guess just around their building. They had a parade and people were riding by or asking, who are you? And so she was just alarmed that there are people in the community that know nothing about Edgewood School. So she really wanted to know how they can get involved and become more visible in the community. So I thought that, it was great that she reached out. I did share with her that on last year, the committee had started having the conversation about how we can include children with disabilities in our advocacy efforts. And so I invited her, since next month we will be having just a reflection session. I did invite her, and she mentioned their principal, Mr. Kevin Smith. I did suggest that maybe they could be our guest next month. So while we're all reflecting, we can definitely have them to join in on the conversation. And so I think it'll be a good way to end up the year, to just kind of start reflecting and having conversations about what the committee can do going forward, and especially with how we can do things with the times that we're living in right now. So any thoughts or discussion on that?
As a former teacher from Edgewood, well, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I know I put it in the email, but I just want to also just reiterate the idea that Pastor Doug had about just having a time of reflection, where we can all just kind of, just talk about what we enjoyed most about the year. It would be very good. And with Edgewood also, I'm glad that the individual contacted us, because by Edgewood being so, at one point I stayed like right behind Edgewood, and a lot of individuals that used to come and see me did not realize that you can see Edgewood from my back fence. That's how close the school was, and it's been around a long time. A lot of individuals have stories where someone in their family, maybe themselves, have benefited from Edgewood being there. So I'm glad we may have an opportunity to work with someone that works there.
I have many stories. I'm sure you do. Very personal stories.
And so just so you know, I did share that kind of, because the mayor's committee is of committee governed by the city of Goldsboro. I did share with her, kind of some of the rules and ordinances, that applications are only, accepted and reviewed once a year. Appointments are only made once a year. And I'm not sure. I think maybe that council has already started that process. So as far as Ms. Parker or the principal, Mr. Smith, actually joining the committee, they would have to wait, per the rules and ordinances. However, that does not prevent the committee from partnering and certainly doing some work out in the community. So we can still move forward with that. So I did explain that to her. And so I'm looking forward to us having that conversation, the reflections next month. So I feel pretty good about where the committee could possibly go, even considering our circumstances right now.
Lisa, this is Kenneth. Just let me know whatever I can do to help out, to reach out, and there'll be some legs out there for you. Also with the night to shine. Just let me know what I can do.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Kenneth, I heard you barely. I heard night to shine. Let you know what. Anything
I apologize.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yes.
Is that better? I said, just let me know what I can do with help out with Edgewood. I mean, that's me doing things in the community. That's kind of a passion. So, just let me know whatever I can do to be able to help with Edgewood and the night to shine.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Tyrone?
Okay, so if we are done, no one else has anything to share, I think it's safe to say that we've covered everything. I just want to say, again, I want to say thank you to everyone on this committee. I love you guys. I love working with this committee. And be safe as we approach the holidays. And, look forward to seeing you guys at the next meeting. So I'm going to say, can we say to adjourn at 12:37?
Yes, thank you so much, Tyrone, and everybody. I hope you have a safe rest of the week and enjoy your holidays as best you can.
Thank you, Felicia.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody have a good Thanksgiving.
Be safe.
All right.
Bye.